Well, it looks like another 90s slasher is about to be rebooted, and we're going to jump right into it. But before we do, please go ahead and hit the like button and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. All right, so it looks like the 90s classic urban legend is being rebooted by Screen Gems, and the article dropped a few days ago on Bloody Disgusting, and I'm going to go ahead and read parts of the article so that we can kind of dissect it and rip it apart a little bit. All right, so here's the article on Bloody Disgusting. I'm going to go ahead and read it, and it says Screen Gems is developing a new take on the 90s slasher urban legend, and THR reports that Chandra Wakefield, Killer in Red, will write the script while Gary Duberman from Until Dawn is producing. Neil Moritz is also in talks to produce with the reboot in early development. So before I go even further on this, so it lists Gary Duberman as the producer, and that kind of scares me a little bit because he was the producer on The Nun Part 2 and It Chapter 2 and a bunch of other sequels that didn't really perform well. Or if they performed well financially, they didn't perform well critically or, with fans. So that starts to scare me right off the bat seeing that name. But what gives me a little bit of hope is that he did hire a different writer. So he's not writing the script. So, let's just see what happens. So, continuing on, THR details while plot details are unknown, sources say that the story aims to be an examination of what an urban legend looks like in a post digital world. So, that's the second part that kind of scares me a little bit as well. Is that part there, a post digital world, and I feel like that's something that Scream is already doing with Scream 7 with the AI and the rumors about deep fakes. And this kind of makes me wonder, are they going to go ahead and just do that same thing? Are they going to lean into AI and that type of thing? Are we going to lean into today's technology? Um, there's ways to do that and to make it scary. I just haven't seen it done yet. So ever since that Chucky remake came out years back, and it was just so terrible, I've been very skeptical about using today's technology to try to scare the audience. I don't see how it works. But again, let's see what they do with it. It's in early development. It's in pre-production. So we got a long way to go. So continuing on, it says in the Jamie Blanks directed 1998 slasher starring Jared Leto, Alicia Witt, and Rebecca Gayheart, a college student, suspects a series of bizarre deaths are connected to urban legends. And then it goes on to talk about some of the sequels. The original slasher was followed by two sequels, Urban Legend Final Cut, released theatrically in 2000, and the direct-to-video film Urban Legends Bloody Mary in 2005. Of course, that third one is one no one likes to talk about. That movie was terrible. And I was actually hopeful for it, even though part two wasn't good either. I've always been a fan of that Bloody Mary urban legend, and it's one that scared me as a kid. So when I saw that they were doing an urban legend Bloody Mary, I got really excited to see what they would do with it, and it's complete garbage. So I'd imagine that's not going to be canon in this reboot. And also, I'm not sure if they're just completely rebooting or are we getting a requel, because that seems to be the thing now. So I guess that's yet to be seen. So this middle section here just kind of talks about how other movies have also used the urban legend idea to write their scripts. So When a Stranger Calls, Campfire Tales, Black Christmas, and so on. Paul continued, urban legend is accused of being too imitative of Scream. There's no doubt Wes Craven and Kevin Williamson's movie made its existence possible in the first place. However, Silvio Horta's subversion of the film's entire motif is something that goes unnoticed. With Scream and I Know What You Did Last Summer returning to life and a fresh take on urban legend on the horizon, it seems safe to say that the 90s slasher is officially back. So that's the third part that scares me a little bit with urban legend, is that did happen. For those of us who were around when urban legend came out, their first one, it had all these comparisons to Scream, and it still does get those comparisons. So what I'm worried about now is that we're already, just in this article alone, we're starting to see the comparison to the Scream franchise before anything's even done with this film. They haven't even written the script yet. My hope is that as new details start to come out, we'll start to, hopefully see how they're going to, reroute and change, that perspective that it where they compare it to Scream and the fans start to compare it to Scream. Hopefully, they go a very different direction with this, but I think those comparisons will always kind of be there. Um, that said, I'm hoping for a full reboot of the franchise. I know requels are the thing right now. Bringing back legacy characters is a thing right now. Scream is doing it. I Know What You Did Last Summer is doing it. The Halloween franchise has kind of rebooted itself, and now it's rebooting again. So that the requel thing is just a thing right now. But I'm hoping for a complete reboot. As much as I would like to see a legacy star from Urban Legend like Rebecca Gayheart come back and reprise her role in Urban Legend, or even play a different role. That would be cool. But I think in order for this to work out, it's just gonna need a completely new cast. With that said, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Is this reboot of Urban Legends something that you're going to look forward to? Do you think that it's just one they should have just left alone and it's not really needed? Because I know I can go either way. I wasn't expecting an Urban Legend reboot. I'm not particularly excited about it right now as it stands, but that's yet to be seen what they do with it in the future. But let me know what you guys think in the comments, and please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button on this video.